Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, and Historical Immersion. The date is 22nd of November 1413 and our king has died. Vladislav I is no more and we currently have the king, Meiou I Von Luxemburg. Meiou I's good leadership skills and superior tactical knowledge will help us vanquish those that dare stand against us. Our nation is mourning over the loss of our previous monarch, Vladislav I Von Luxemburg. He died from a wound inflicted while sporting. Undoubtedly, he has taken many of his secrets to his grave. So, our new king is slightly worse in the military kind of things, but he, if I recall well, is a better administrator. And our heir, which is kind of interesting, is Ludmila von Luxemburg, a lady, a very good military and diplomatic soul. However, her administration skill is lacking. This seems to be a reoccurring theme in our monarchs. So Ludmila is the heir, and unfortunately, as she is the heir, there is no way she is going to get elected as an emperor. So Meiou is our last emperor for now, and we'll see who's gonna be the heir of Ludmila. So first of all, we'll need to... Oh, the elections of the new monarch has given the magnates more influence. The emperor is dead. Along with the emperor, the electors have decided to maintain their faith in us, and the imperial crown remains in Bohemia. As our country strengthens its grip on the imperial crown, and the princes begin to see us as the natural holders, imperial authority increases. So our king has been elected as the emperor, and we now have enough to do the Dynastic Inheritance. Okay, so let's do it immediately. That removes all of our imperial authority, and we have two reforms elected. After the reforms of the Reichstag and the Golden Bull, a system started reappearing where an emperor could let his son be crowned king of the Romans while he himself was still alive. That created a kind of dynastic inheritance system which the Habsburg used to build their dominance over the empire for the next centuries. So we get extra diplomatic reputation and everybody gets a lowered stability increase interval. The next is call for Reichsreform, which kind of does a lot. Wow. Okay. So we did the second reform, and as Meiou is malevolent. Wait, Meiou is malevolent. Oh, malevolent. Okay. So he will betray his allies without second thought, be more likely to use send warning actions, threaten war far more often. So we are pretty much evil. We are evil. And we can get royal marriage with everyone right off the bat. I don't have diplomats though, so I'm gonna let everyone send me their offers. And we have too few rivals. Wow, it still forces me to go with Austria. I don't want to, honestly. What? Bayern München? Wait, what the hell happened? You are no longer... Oh! Okay. So we lost... Wow, how did that happen? We never got a chance... Okay, Bayern München stole our province. Damn, that is weird. That is super weird. I had no idea what happened there. They probably have something like elective monarchy, or there's probably a mechanic there. And interesting, our heir Ludmila became a charismatic negotiator. That's gonna be really good for the electing of the next emperor. Okay, so who can we go with? I need to remove someone. Let's get Austria removed and get a royal marriage with you. Come on. Come on, game. Oh, we sent a diplomat to them. Okay, let's go with Poland then. Increase our relations. We need a wife for our emperor, though we do have heir already. Let's get a royal marriage with you. Okay, so we got Selma. Damn good administrator, but terrible diplomat and terrible military leader. That's not good. Oh, damn, we did not have royal marriage with Brandenburg? Really? And their heir has a weak claim, so we might actually get involved in a war over a throne. That would be interesting. Okay, Siberian winds are coming. Let's continue with the marriages. I'd like to talk a bit before I do the first skip ahead about the Lordy. You guys mentioned a couple of things regarding the well-advised king. I see the well-advised pretty much as whatever the hell I want goes, because I am the court, and you guys pointed out a certain thing that's actually true and that I have to take into consideration next time. Even though that the king is probably having more advisors, it would be probably the best to take into account the advisors that I have at the point and then my own thoughts. So I'm gonna start doing that from now on. Assimilate Wrocław, we can't really establish monastic schools. What does that do? The first universities were established during the Middle Ages. Most grew naturally out of smaller schools run by monks of a monastery. Because they represented a body of literate scholars, it was the natural vocation for nearby nobles to send their children to receive a basic education. At the same time, they also learned a deeper understanding of their faith. Okay, let's establish monastic schools. Oh, and we can get State Inquisition. I'm not entirely sure we want to do that. Well, you're malevolent though. So I think that gives us the ability to revoke some privileges. So let's see, can we... Yeah, we can repel significant... Well, no. We're gonna go against the greater nobles. And we're gonna start repelling their autonomy. So we want to get rid of that. Malevolent king with a terrible diplomacy skill will be doing that for most of his reign. We don't really care about their opinions, so time to tell them to go fuck off. Our marriage with my son. How will they take it? Wave of obscurantism. Huh. As a typical response to a different kind of problems, obscurantism was a frequent behavior in most nations, at least until the Age of Enlightenment arose in the most advanced Western nations of the European continent. Knowledge is power. We get extra unrest, or ignorance is bliss. I'm gonna go with knowledge is power, because we do have some universities already built, and it might be a good idea to deal with things. Hey, they accepted the reform. They fear the king. They fear the king. Can I offer you? I could only offer you corruption, so that's not a great idea. Ripping, I'm okay with that. How are we doing with our project to vassalize Regensburg? Loot scare and aggressive expansion is fairly low, which is good. I also noticed that Passau would accept the vassalization request, which is good as well. They got also the loot scare. Oh, the dead hand of the church. This is a weird event. Occasionally, pious worshippers donated land to the church, often in their wills as a bequest. Because the church itself owned the land rather than the priest in residence, it never passed into other hands. Since the church was not taxable, a great deal of wealth became concentrated in church hands. Although lieges could prevent their land from being donated, many independent estates were lost to the crown in this manner, and in some countries the church owned more than a third of all the land. Allow the will to stand, or seize the land for the crown. Well, we have Vasov Sokol, so let's go with allow the will to stand. Okay, papacy. Authority is increasing, that is good. How many people would support this reform? Wow, everyone except Austria and Milan are for the reform. That's interesting. So, we're gonna wait for the Lordy to, and develop. I'm not entirely sure how things are going to work from on here. I'm just gonna let it roll, and depending on the events, we're gonna take one or the other stand. Let's refuse to give the permission, and actually we can convert the heretics peacefully. Let's convert the Jews. Nobody likes the Jews in medieval Europe. The plague has ended, which is nice, and I think that another thing that our malevolent king would do is we are going to do the project that our father wanted and that he dreamed of, and that is build the roads in Hradecko. A malevolent king would not care and just force the people to do the 50%. We are going to contribute a bit of manpower and a bit of gold and connect Wrocław, one of our biggest kings, to our capital. And I guess that the stability was not affected. Good. The Pragmatic Sanction. The Pragmatic Sanction, solemnly rendered by Emperor Jiří I von Luxemburg on 27th of July 1440, established the individuality of his lands and established succession by order of firstborn child even to a woman. No doubt Jiří I von Luxemburg also plans for his female heir to in time take his seat on the imperial throne. Oh, nice! Okay, so that fired randomly. And now we might be elected. Okay, so we're gonna vote, of course, for ourselves. Hey, so Ludmila might take the throne. I was not expecting that. That is decent. I thought that there would be... Well, the Pragmatic Sanction actually happened, but way later than the game must throw it now. So that's kind of interesting to see. Well, this is what I have been afraid of. Another papal legatee arrives. The Catholic Church has appointed a bishop to root out the lowered heresy in Bohemia and given him the powers necessary to excommunicate and dispossess heretics of their benefices. However, the Church soon found out that its authority in Bohemia was limited without the support of the king. Ironically, one of the chief tenets of Lollardy was the idea that the king, not the pope, should be the head of the church in Bohemia. Displeased with the situation, the Pope sent a strongly worded missive to Jiří I demanding that he do his Christian duty and reinstate Catholic priests loyal to Rome while excommunicating the heretics and placing them on trial, something that should have been done years ago. The Pope hinted darkly that unless the king agreed to persecute the Hussites, the church might have to call a crusade to set things right. Now, this is a big problem. I'm not entirely sure how to act here. Now, I would really like to see Kalistine in Bohemia and face the rest of the Europe, but I don't really think that based on the role-playing situation there is a reason for that. Our king is malevolent, he's Catholic, we have an inquisitor as an advisor, there is a royal religious head or something, I think. Policy. We have a policy of intolerance to boot. Shortage of copper. Yeah, we don't have a religious head at this point, but I really think that we are going to agree to persecute the sites, because that's like the only thing that actually makes sense in this situation. Even though that I would really like You know what? I had reformed every single nation I have been playing. We had reformed Scandinavia, reformed Brittany. So let's stick with the Catholic Church this time. We're going to be a Catholic king who actually has good relations with people. Sounds like a good idea. So let's improve relations with you and make sure that we stay on the throne. We're going to be the Emperor. Now, I really feel bad about this. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to see a Caustian Bohemia. And you know, while we're at that, oh, I don't have a missionary. Okay, that's because I sent out the missionary to convert the heretics. State Inquisition, stability increase lowered, missionary strength increased, technology cost and tolerance of heretics and heathens lowered, but legitimacy increased. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So when we get the missionary back, I'm gonna start converting Praha. The lower day has been spreading for way too long. Two of a kind. Our queen consort Selma has impressed many men and women at court with her sharp wit and extensive knowledge of the natural world. She has long been a collector of tomes on botany and chemistry, and she corresponds with several of our generation's brightest minds. Currently, one of these scientists are visiting our court as per our queen consort's invitation. They can be found discussing all sorts of new theories far into the wee hours of the night. Queen consort Selma has asked us to make the scientist an offer, claiming that she would make a much better advisor than the Inquisitor Václav Sokol we currently employ. So she has a point. We get a skill to East Albion guy, or our Inquisitor. No, actually we're just gonna ask him to work harder because we have plans with him to convert Praha. I have given an order to build a fort in Wrocław because we want to develop this, and it's a border region with Poland, so we want to have it a bit better fortified. Even though that Poland is our ally, you can never be secure enough. And we can now purchase the Swedish copper, though it costs 49 gold, so we'll have to wait a bit to get it where we need it. Corruption, unfortunately, is increasing. However, the autonomy is decreasing across the board as we have removed the Greater Nobles autonomy boost. Wrocław is the only very autonomous province, so we'll have to deal with that. And we're getting another cold year starvation. Things are not really looking good as far as weather goes for us. The population is sitting at 2.7 million for a while now, so that's kind of nice. Kind of nice, I have to say. We'll soon start getting another vassal under control. I was looking at that where is it here? A few moments ago. There is quite a lot of them, and as the loot scare is almost gone, I think it might be a good idea to find someone. You're too far. Mecklenburg Stargard. It's next to Rupin, so that's not that far. Lauenburg, Rothenburg, Croatia, Regensburg. Well, I really think Regensburg is the best choice that we have. So just going after them might be the good idea. Improve relations 100. And then we just need to... bestow Imperial Grace on them. That's gonna give us 41. So it's going to be 119 plus... we had something like 130. And the 41 is going to be 170. And we'll need to send them a gift and proclaim a guarantee on them. So let's get rid of you. We'll proclaim a guarantee now, and I think that's gonna be good enough, hopefully. Okay, that gave us additional 20. Yeah, I think a gift will make it for sure if we'll have to. Holy crap! Okay, so something has happened, something big, and I need to make sure I understand what's going on. So, the Emperor is dead. Okay. Holy hell. So, Jesus Christ. So the Emperor is dead. And the electors have elected Václav V of Bohemia as the new Emperor. So we get, wow, we get a new king, 666. And we get a new heir as well, 533. Wait, that's not true. House Von Luxemburg, we get a Regency Council. Electors have elected Peter I of Bohemia, Ludmila I of Bohemia. Okay, new monarch. Magnates reject heir. The magnates have rejected their heir to the throne and are preparing to elect another king in Bohemia. Okay, so we have no king, we got a terrible Regency Council. So who's going to be the Emperor now? Is it the Peter I? We don't have Peter I. We have Regency Council. We got a courtier starvation, religious exhaustion, holy hell. And we got the defenestration in Praha. With the king's support, the Romanists began to deal with the Hussites, seizing churches and excommunicating priests. In response, both noble and peasant Hussites marched in protest, but the situation remained peaceful. That changed during a march in Praha, when a march turned into a riot. Let loose on the city, the Hussites attacked the palace, sending its defenders fleeing and seizing the throne until the king met their demands. News of the riot was said to have shocked the king into an early grave. Oh, so that's what killed our king. The death of the king would normally be a sad but mundane affair, but now it was anarchy, as the Hussites refused to acknowledge any ruler who did not support their beliefs. Poland, Bayern, München, Brandenburg, Austria, Cologne, Magdeburg, Mainz, Meissen, Moravia, and so on. Opinion of Bohemia changed by -25. Václav goes into exile. A noble of the von Luxemburg family, 666, with a strong claim becomes heir at an age of 10. Okay. A noble Regency Council with a strong claim becomes ruler, gain 2 war exhaustion. Okay, and we can now put down the insurrection. Holy shit. Which means we lose legitimacy, we lose prestige and 2 stability. Or we side with the Hussites, we lose legitimacy and prestige. And a massive amount of Catholic people get on the throne and we become Hussites. Holy crap, what are we gonna choose? Well, I think we need to... Okay, one thing that I want to do is... I'm going to retreat with my army to Meissen, because whatever is happening here, we need to decide. Do we deal with... I think we're gonna try to crush the Hussites. That's probably the best option here. Okay. Let's side with... no, not side with the Hussites. Side against the Hussites. We lost stability and we got a massive amount of revolts everywhere and we get religious exhaustion. After long years of war, both sides of the bloody war of religion were exhausted. Despite their best efforts and against the urgings of their leaders, talks began in secret. Unable to win victory, both sides were forced to negotiate a settlement tolerable to each other to buy some time to recover their strength. Bohemia takes control of every owned province. This is only an intermission or forge a lasting compromise. Let's go with this is the only intermission. In the next episode, we're gonna try to defeat the Hussite revolt that has risen in our empire. However, we don't have anyone. So, wait, can the greater nobles give us a decent general? I don't think so. Do they have? Yeah, they do have generals. So let's hopefully get a good general. Awesome. And it's gonna help a lot. So he's gonna take control of our army. In the next episode, we are going to try to crush this revolt, which is gonna be fun. Damn. Now I am sad that we haven't really sided with the Hussites, but you know, live and learn. That could have been fun too.